this shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you.
Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. And when all three of us come together, man, it's Cowboys Uncut.
Goddess.
West Coast Cowboy in the middle, the Kanye West of this content stuff.
And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. Get back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running. So only one team over here is Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is a poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out, man. Don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC, yeah. DC4L. All day. Every day.
My dear Aunt Sally, we is at the P right now. We gotta go to free agency, then we gotta go to draft, then we can talk about training camp.
And Stephen Jones, who's also a multi-millionaire, moves and feels like a what? Like a dude that is got $15 in his bank account.
We finna come marching to Dallas with our picket signs, ticket torches, everything we can find.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. And you see the 3 Cowboys amigos on here with me, man. We got West Coastamine in the building at the very bottom. Well, usually we have the devil at the bottom, man. Landlord from Alabama.
Who is the devil exactly, though? Who is the devil?
You are the devil. Like,
That's
we ain't gonna even
lies.
We're not gonna pretend. We're not gonna play. We're not gonna downplay it.
He skipped all the other evil people and went straight to the devil. Like, that's crazy work right there.
It's really in the, like the hierarchy. It's the devil.
You can't be a demon or nothing. Not possessed. He went straight to Satan. This dude crazy.
It's the devil, Hitler, then this landlord.
Dang, I'm in the combo with them guys. That's crazy work.
That's the worst person I know, really, possibly. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I know anybody worse.
Why would you know a person that bad though? That's the question the chat should be asking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, West Coast introduced us. You gotta act this nefarious man. This evil mastermind at the bottom. Man, how he ran across the man
Ah man, hey, hold the phone. We got a imposter in the building. Big Winston, no sir, stop it. All right, you're not a Cowboy fan. Don't come on here with all that foolishness, man. Go on. I told you he the Birmingham Drake. Every time he say a name of a team, they lose. So you know that might make us lose the first game of next year. So hey, go on somewhere now.
Let's pray about it. And we do got some monsters on the schedule next year. We play Kansas City. Well, we played, man. It's gonna be a lineup next year.
Kansas City coming to two Dallas. Them tickets gonna be ridiculous, bro.
Or
Oh,
what?
I might have to make that one.
Kansas City comes to Dallas.
You about to buy them now?
Yeah,
Them tickets, especially hey, imagine if Kansas City win the Super Bowl,
yeah.
Imagine it's a home opener.
and then you got Patrick Mahomes coming back to Dallas, come back to Texas.
Yeah, he from Tyler. He from around the corner from where I live.
You gonna have a lot of fans out there.
Man, his whole family probably be out there, mug dog. Mm,
And watch him lose, cause he still gonna lose. I don't care. Leave me alone.
it's like that.
So what's up, fellas? How
Well,
y'all doing?
we
I
back
hope
with it,
everybody
y'all.
on
We
here is
back
having
with
themselves
it.
a good day.
It's been great, bro. I ain't got no complaints. Life be
Turn it on a little
life,
bit.
but we be living through,
Turn it on just
progressing,
a little bit.
striving, all the other good stuff, man.
Yeah, we back with it, man. We got to talk about this coaching carousel we got going on now. All of a sudden, out the blue.
Turn it
Um,
down.
I don't think that was the plan, but you know, that's just how stuff happens. So, these unorganized Cowboys, what they got going on. So hopefully they got some kind of something that resembles a plan at least, hand something that's close to a plan.
Well, I say this just so nobody. I know you all know, but just in case you were being held prisoner under a rock, or maybe you were killing the chicken that West Coast were eating, so you didn't catch the news. That motherfucker do look good though.
Just a breakfast burrito.
Oh, it's a breakfast burrito.
Hmm.
Now, see, I feel racist. I just assumed it was chicken because I would be eating chicken right now. But just in case y'all don't know what's been going on, man.
Hey, can I get one? Can I get a moderator to block Toby Price, please?
Are they on your end with that? Bet. All right. So just so we all understand, according to Adam Schefter, with Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy eligible to talk with other teams at midnight, there still hasn't been any negotiations on a new deal. It's now looking like McCarthy will indeed become a coaching free agent, with Chicago and New Orleans both expected have interest in him, and we know that came to fruition. He has an interview with Chicago tomorrow, and he also has the Saints on his itinerary to meet with. So the Dallas Cowboys. Well, and listen, I want to put this into perspective so people don't just think we need to replace a head coach. You will have to replace your entire coaching staff because all of them fools was on 1 year deals. Your offensive coordinator will have to be new. Your defensive coordinator will have to be new because not only is he not under contract, he's also talking about retiring. He got him a young thing. Got engaged. He finna go sit it down. What Cuz talking about. So your two primary coordinators, your position groups. We love Al Harris and what he did with the corners and how he helped Trayvon Diggs develop and how he helped Ron Bland develop and how Jordan Lewis is having this renaissance. Well, that's probably going to be out the door as well. Because remember, new head coach, new coaching staff. And most places in the world, a head coach picks their coaching staff. I know that doesn't always happen in Dallas, but that's usually how that goes. So you got a lot of stuff to replace, and got to replace it quick before you even talk about drafting anybody. Man, matter of
Exactly.
fact,
See,
free agency. Let's not even go to the
So
draft.
can you turn it down
Free
just a little
agency
more?
is like in what, March? When is free agency?
I have no idea because we so inactive in it. It don't even matter in Cowboy land. When is
It's
free
usually
agency?
like
It's
it's gonna
March.
be about a month before about 2 months before the draft. So it would be the draft is always the last week of April. So the free agency is usually like March 4th because you get it's
Okay.
almost like it's like 45 days between.
Perfect. Thank you, Wes. See, you knew, so I'm glad you went ahead and told me. So yeah, man. So that's the issue that we're in hand with. It's not just replacing Mike McCarthy. Anybody else on the roster that you like, unless you're offering them the head coaching job, they're probably gonna be gone. Now, as crazy as it sounds, Al Harris is the was the co-head coach. He was the co-chairman at the head coach position. Why you haven't asked him, or he got first deals on the job, or at least caught at least give him a Rooney Rule interview? I don't know. speed the
I
process
don't
up so we
think
can figure this
I
out.
don't think he ready, bro.
He
Cause he
probably
said
ain't,
he
but
went.
still.
He said he went ready to be a defense coordinator or something, right? So how could he be ready to be a head coach?
Who?
Al
Well, Harris
Harris.
said at one point that's why he didn't call the defense.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the Cowboys. My thoughts on the Cowboys not bringing Mike McCarthy back are, one, at the end of the day, I don't. Mike McCarthy was here for what, 5 years. He had two losing seasons. The two losing seasons he did have is when he didn't have his quarterback. Other than that, you were in a good position to win to be a good team in the playoffs. You just didn't get it done. Um, So first off and foremost, man, you got to get a coach that has to be able to guarantee me 12 wins. You know what I'm saying? And like I aspire by all these people are talking about culture this and culture that. Man, I don't really give a damn about culture, man. I care about trying to be in the playoffs next year and trying to be able to win a Super Bowl, being put us in position. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't tell me that 32 teams start in the NFL every season, and then only one team at the end of the season is the team that has the culture. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's other teams that lost that didn't that had good culture too. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Kansas City has good coach. Think
Yeah,
about this: Kansas City has good culture. Baltimore has good culture. And Philadelphia technically has good culture for what they're doing. But guess what? Only one of them teams is going to win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. It's very true. But like you were stating, man. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. I see. I was just about to say, like, my thoughts about Mike not being bad. Like I rock with Mike McCarthy. I think Mike McCarthy had a good showing in Dallas, given the circumstances, regardless of what other people believe. This is my thoughts. I feel like, given the circumstances, Mike McCarthy did a good job for the Cowboys and didn't deserve to be handled the way he did. And I feel like the Joneses dropped the bag and let him get out of the building, like real talk. And I ain't saying like Mike McCarthy is such a high commodity that we can't lose him. What I'm saying is I think we was irresponsible in the way that we went about our coaching, hiring or handling our head coaching job, bro. Like they obviously didn't fire Mike McCarthy. That's not what happened. They lost Mike McCarthy because they was doing some form of negotiating, and then Mike McCarthy got frustrated and ended up saying he was leaving because you don't
Hey, that's
negotiate
fire.
with people who you
That's
fire.
fire.
Real shit.
You don't negotiate with people you fire. So obviously, we didn't get rid of Mike McCarthy. So that's the main narrative that people are saying. No, actually, Mike McCarthy left trying to negotiate with him.
No, there you
And
go.
what the Joneses do, they try to wait to the very last minute. What they always say, deadlines make deals. And Mike was already frustrated, and he went going for it. And he said, "Hey, enough is enough. I'm out of here." So
I
that's what it looks
understand.
like. That's what actually happened. And we got all kind of different reports
Oh,
out
you
here
can turn it up
saying
a
this
little
and
bit.
that, but we know the truth because certain writers keep it real and they told what's really happening out here. So don't I don't the one problem I have is people that saying, "Hey, yay, we got rid of Mike McCarthy." Okay, we can get rid of Mike McCarthy. He's not the greatest coach of our time, but at the same time, how could you be happy that you don't have Mike McCarthy here, but you don't even have a coach? You have no coach now. So how could you be happy? Like, yay, my team has no coach. Like that's insane to me. So like you should be a little concerned and you should be, a little anxious to know how the Joneses plan to operate because we obviously see that they did not have a plan going into this. Their plan was Mike McCarthy, and it's obvious.
I'll say this real quick, and then I'll let one of y'all cook up. Um, Regardless how we feel about Mike McCarthy, there's no reason for folks to lie on the man. We had y'all listen. I know I was out sick, but it's still Cowboys Uncut. Y'all had Ted Prescott on the show while I was down and out sick. That man sat here and told y'all how close that Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy was, and now they trying to report that they didn't like each other. They had ongoing beef and tension. When this man own brother sat here and told y'all what kind of relationship they had. That's why y'all rock with independent media and content creators because we actually get to the source. We actually tell y'all what's real, man.
Facts.
So you mean to tell me You mean to tell me you know more about their relationship than this man brother?
Just
Okay,
imagine if y'all
whatever
didn't,
you say,
if
bro.
y'all wasn't subbed to Landlord, West Coast, and Henny, y'all wouldn't even know that. Like we brought Tad Prescott on the show, and he told you out his own mouth that him and Dak have a great relationship together. So so now when you hear the radio stations, they can't just tell y'all anything. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all know for a fact that that's not true. So I think independent media, new media, we deserve a lot of credit in that aspect because now we are BS proof. You can't run that on us. You can't run all the smear campaign on Mike McCarthy because we already know certain things that you started out with in the headlines are absolutely false. So that's a blessing that we was able to land that type of interview and we got the truth out of the deal. We can run that back. Somebody need to run that real back because he said he knew that Dak was having a baby before his own brother knew, and they talk all the time. If that don't sound like somebody with a great relationship, I don't know what the hell it is.
Facts.
Facts. Cause man, West Coast man can call me at and listen. He on California time. This man will call me at 12 o'clock at night. I'm in bed. I will pick up the phone and we will have a conversation about the Cowboys. If we was not close, that could not happen. You know what I'm saying? Like there, if we up here talking this much and having conversations enough, you know when somebody's close, man. But Wes, I know you had something you wanted to
Yeah, I
add
mean,
in.
I just thought that was a really good point of what you said about Mike McCarthy. Like the Dallas Cowboys definitely were going into this offseason assuming that Mike McCarthy was going to be their head coach, that they were going to be able to get retain him as their head coach. Now that didn't happen. Obviously, it didn't happen. Why? Because it's been announced that it was mutual. You know what I'm saying? Now let's just be real. It's never mutual. Never mutual. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. If the Dallas Cowboys didn't want Mike McCarthy, there would have been no report. There wouldn't have been no conversation of anything. You know what I'm saying? If this was a player, imagine if this was a player, this is the equivalent of the Dallas Cowboys doing a deal with like CD Lamb, and then the deal doesn't get done, so CD Lamb just goes to the free agency. Like you're gonna tell me you guys didn't want him? Yes, they did want him. They just weren't able to get the deal done. Now, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And the cool thing about the game is, the funny thing about Cowboy Nation is, Cowboy Nation gonna try to run around here and try to act like they didn't want this dude. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like you have like I shout out to my boy Buddha Dub, but I had to correct him on his page on his post today. Post went he had over 300,000 views on it, but I had to hit my boy and correct him. Like, bro, listen, the Cowboys didn't fire Mike McCarthy. Like they didn't fire him. You can't fire someone who doesn't have a contract. You know what I mean? Like he didn't get fired. He just didn't get a contract. And the Cowboys did want to give a contract, obviously, or they wouldn't have been in negotiation. You don't negotiate with people that you don't want to be here. Like, and they were in negotiation with him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. Cowboy fans, we've gotten accustomed to just saying that if we just fire everybody or we just get rid of them, then what we don't know about is better than what we know about. You know what I'm saying? And listen to me. I want people to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what I just said. A lot of people are okay with, you know what I'm saying, exactly with that. You know what I'm saying? They're more afraid of what they don't know about versus, I mean, they're more excited about what they don't know about versus what you have right now. I'm gonna tell you this right here. There was and let's just be real, right? The whole fire Mike McCarthy thing, it actually started not this year. It actually started after last year, after after we went back to back playoffs with 12 wins and the Cowboys lost in the playoffs. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. The average team, there's 25 teams in the league right now who would absolutely love to have the Dallas Cowboys success that we've had under Mike McCarthy. And that's why he's getting a job. That's why
Facts.
he's going to get a job. Like, you know how, like, that girl be like, you ain't going to find nobody better than me? You be like, well, shoot. Or actually, they don't say that. They be like, you ain't going to find nobody that's like me. You be like, Mitch, that's the whole plan. You know what I'm saying? That was the plan from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys kind of made Mike McCarthy kind of seem like he was an unwanted person. But, bro, if you're the Chicago Bears and you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys' success over the last 5 years, you'll say, yes, we will trade our last 5 years. We will trade our last 5 years over what we've had over these last couple of years. Yes, we will.
Yeah.
because they haven't made the playoffs since 2018.
Like that's what I said. I seen a lot of
And
people
then
was
I'm gonna
like,
tell y'all this
"Oh,
right here.
hold on." I seen a lot of people was like, "Oh, y'all just familiar with Mike McCarthy. Don't be afraid of the unknown and we this and that." I'm like, listen, man. Yeah, Mike McCarthy is familiar, but guess what? We got familiar with in Mike McCarthy's term. We got familiar with
Winning.
winning. Believe it or not, because we ain't won a Super Bowl, it could be a lot fucking worse. I'm sorry for my language, but it could be a
Facts.
lot worse because winning is hard in the NFL, y'all. I think y'all really discounted and like underappreciated how much winning Mike McCarthy did as a Dallas Cowboys head coach. And I promise you, I don't want it to come back to hunt us, but I'm telling you, it's not easy to do what he did. Before Mike McCarthy, we had no consistency at all. It was up and down. 8-8 one year, good year. 8-8, 8-8, good year. Like we had no consistency before Mike McCarthy, unless you talk about the legendary times. Like before then, Mike
Yeah.
McCarthy brought you stability. He brought you consistency, consistently being in the playoffs, and that's something that we haven't had in Dallas. But I think people just said, "Screw it, that's not good enough." And I really think it's a big mistake. But
I agree with you on that, man. Because, like you said, harking back to the '90s, the last time the
Turn
Dallas
it down a little.
Cowboys had three consecutive seasons of even 11 plus wins was in the '90s, and Mike McCarthy got you three back-to-back wins, back-to-back season with 12 plus wins, and that's gonna be hard to duplicate, right? Because first and foremost, you don't have any idea. Let's listen. The Dallas Cowboys got like 20 free agents, right? They're like 21, 20 free agents. You don't even know which one of those guys you need to keep right now because you don't know if they even fit the scheme of the next people that come in here. You don't know offensively what we're going to do. Are we going to keep a West Coast style offense? Are we going to be ground and pound? Are we going to be Air Coryell? Are we going what are we going to be as an offense next year? What are we going to
you
be
don't even know who
defensively?
to
Are you
draft.
going to bring it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what we gonna be defensively? You gonna be a 3-4 defense next year? You gonna stick to 4-3? What are you going to do? You don't know none of that right now because you don't even know who your coaches are.
And the
That's
best way
why
to
Yeah.
have a
that's why it
successful
makes sense to
draft
keep Mike.
the best way to have a successful draft is to have some type of familiarity with each other in that room. Like this head coach who coming in gonna be a brand new dude, maybe. It more than likely he gonna be a brand new dude who Will McClay don't know what he like, ain't
And he's probably gonna be a guy.
familiar with what type of guy he is. They don't know what he believe in. Building this team back up together without like flawless like we need. Like that's not gonna happen. I hope so.
And
You know.
Mhm.
and think
Y'all
about this
just
too.
met. Y'all
There's a
just met, and 5 months later, you build a Super Bowl type team. Like, get out of here.
Don't make
hey,
sense.
and also think about this too. It'll probably be it'll probably be that guy's first time ever coaching too, as a head coach. Because a lot of the people that we're asking right now to be they have success in offensive coordinating. They have success in calling plays. But it's a different beast when you're actually the head coach. You know what I'm saying? And you got to actually sit down with Jerry and go to practice and all those other different things. So when I always ask people, whenever they're talking about, getting a new coach or, switching out the coaching staff and team, what are your plans for next year? Like, what are your goals for next year? If your plan is to get this thing back on track and get back in the playoffs, how do you do that with a brand new coach? That's typically not what brand new coaches do. Most brand new coaches on a brand new teams typically struggle, including the head coach that we just didn't re-sign, Mike McCarthy.
Yep.
That's just being real. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these new coaches, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, but this coach did good. Dan Campbell did good his first couple years." But let's
They'll
just be
just
real. Listen
reinvert
to me. I'm gonna
themselves.
give you an example. Right? Dan Campbell did do good his first couple years, but he ain't won no Super Bowl. So guess what? Y'all would feel the same way about Dan Quinn that you feel about Mike McCarthy. Because at the end of the day, listen to me. If the Cowboys get a brand new coach and we go and we lose in the NFC Championship, bro, we are all pissed. What is you talking about? All right, 29 years we ain't won no Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. It's not. So the Cowboy Nation, what you want, be quiet. The Cowboy Nation, what you want is damn near the impossible. And now you're just putting more obstacles in front of you to get to it.
And this is my thing.
Q Summer just said try something different. I'm
This
gonna
this
be
was
real quick with this. Go ahead. Or you
I'm,
want to
I'm
do it? Go ahead.
I actually was going to talk about it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Folks want to try something different. I want to try something better. I don't want
Wow, that's a
different.
bar. That's a bar.
I don't want different. I want better. I want
Cause that
if we get rid of something, I want better than what it is. If you replace Dak Prescott, I want better than Dak Prescott. If we replace Ezekiel Elliott, I want better than Ezekiel Elliott. If we replace CD Lamb, I need better than CD Lamb. I'm not getting rid of something that's already decent for something that's worse or unknown. I need to know for a fact that I am improving my team or roster. So I don't really have that right now. I don't
the,
listen. I'm not going in here with blind faith, no optimism. They have not given me a reason to be optimistic or trust their ass for what they've done the last 2 years. So no, I
exactly.
don't want nothing new. I want something better.
And then think about this: you had a decent coach, even if people hate Mike McCarthy, his results say that he was a damn good coach. I'm sorry, I would debate anybody with that. His results said that he was a damn good coach here. Period. The
His
end of
his,
discussion.
his, his results say he's one of the better. His results say he's going to go down as probably a top three Dallas Cowboy coach. Keep it real.
End of discussion, Wes. So
I'm
now
having
we
too.
looking at it now. We gotta ask ourselves, who is this mystery man? Like it's a reason that saying has been going on for like forever. A bird in the hand is better than two in the bush, bro. That is it reigns true forever for a reason. Because you don't know what the hell is in that bush. And you don't even know if you're gonna get it. So you see what I'm saying? You gonna let the bird you got for sure go to try to find something that you don't know what it is. Like that's ridiculous, bro. So now we gotta hope that whoever this new coach is, like, what's the bar for him? Because Mike McCarthy literally finna be a tough act to follow. And I pray we don't have to learn the hard way, but I want y'all to know, like, that's gonna be tough to follow, y'all. Somebody that was winning 12 games 3 years in a row that had you consistently in the playoffs. If he had a healthy quarterback, he was in the playoffs. And then even when he didn't, he still found a way to stay 12-5 and go to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's
One of
like it's
them years, like 3 years that Dak Prescott wasn't even healthy under Mike McCarthy. And one of the years, he still found a way to be 12-5. So this is literally finna be a tough act to follow, y'all. Like, I know this ain't what y'all want to hear. This ain't gonna be a popular opinion, but Mike really finna be a tough act to follow. And I just hope whoever we bring in here is able to do it.
and I'm gonna tell you this right here. Whoever they hire, if he's not able to raise the expectation, like you'll know it too. Like if we get a guy in here, because like you gotta see it like this. What if I told you that the Dallas Cowboys are looking for a head coach who possibly has never head coached before to then take a team in his first year ever head coaching past the second round of the playoffs? That within itself sounds like something that's probably never happened in the NFL. And if you go in history, it's probably only happened once. So it's like you're already trying to like reinvent. You're trying to reinvent. So that's why I always ask, like, whenever people say we want to get rid of this guy, okay, before you start firing and getting rid of people, what are your goals for next year?
Hold that
You know what I'm
thought real
saying?
quick, Wes. 1 second. Hey, the way you like the screen is double tap the screen. The way you like the video is to double tap the screen. So make sure everybody hit the like button. I see somebody ask. Go ahead with.
So yeah, so it's like for me, I want to win a Super Bowl. That's why everybody's like, culture, we need to rebuild. Man, I ain't trying to rebuild nothing, bruh. Like I see how these players be like Max Crosby and Myles Garrett when they get to the point where they, bruh, I ain't trying to rebuild nothing. I'm not trying to rebuild nothing. I'm trying to win right now. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't win right now, bruh, send me somewhere else. Like I'm trying to win now. I don't have time for rebuilding. Oh, that crap is burnt, bro. I didn't went through 3 rebuilds. And think about this. Dak Prescott is now in 9 years on his 3rd head coach, bro. He about to be on his 5th offensive coordinator, bro. So it's like at some point you want to get somebody to stick. You feel me? Because too much change. You know what too much change is? Too much damn change. If you got a couple penny, if you got a couple dollars on your in change in your pocket, it feels like you got a couple dollars. But what if I gave you $500 in change? Yeah, you'd be happy, but you'd be like, that's a lot of change.
I gotta
It's
roll
gonna
with
get
this shit.
spent, but that's still a lot of change. You know what I'm saying?
Then
So it's like my team.
it's gonna be so annoying.
Yeah, and think
Is it
about this,
rolled up
landlord.
or is it loose?
Like, think about
It's loose.
rolled up. I mean, it's loose. And think about this, landlord. You're a team that doesn't even do well with change, bruh. We don't do good in free agency. We're average. We're just as good as everybody else in the draft. So it's like if you're telling me I have a team that doesn't participate and doesn't do well in change. So I'm gonna keep it real. As of right now, a Super Bowl is not a realistic goal for the Dallas Cowboys in 2025. Can it happen? Yes, it can happen. But bro, with all saying all that, bro, you cannot. You're. There's no way in hell you're telling some first year coach that's never coached in his career we want to win a Super Bowl this year, and he's saying I'm gonna win you one. That motherfucker lying like he lying. You shouldn't hire him because he's a liar.
So
He's a
let's talk
liar.
about this, Wes. To your point.
He's a liar.
This is a series of things that would need to happen. Okay. Your head coach should come in and everybody love him, everybody believe in him. First of all, that's iffy. That's iffy. You gotta get them, you gotta get everybody to buy in first. So that's one hurdle you gotta climb. Then they gotta be good enough to hit on these draft picks because we know we're not going to free agency. So, and then one thing else, you got to sign all of these free agents that you want to keep on the team right now. Like you got to sign Deron Bland, you got to sign Michael Parsons, you got to sign these players that you want to keep here. So that's another thing. And then on top of that, you got to knock the draft out the park. You got to knock the draft out the park. So the only way this team could be formidable, like a real threat, is to everything got to go right. Everything got to go right, and that's why it feels so far-fetched. Because what's the likelihood of everything going 100% right? Is it possible? Yeah. Sure. Is it probable? Probably not. Probably not.
Nah.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this for whoever said that in the comments. Somebody says, "Is it a realistic goal with Mike McCarthy as your head coach?" Yes. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you something that you can do with Mike McCarthy that you can't do with another coach. You can set that as the expectation. You can't even look at a head coach in his first year and say anything about Super Bowl, bro. Like you're asking this dude to like rewrite history in his first year. Bro, if you win a Super Bowl in your first year ever head coaching, you're the greatest coach of all time. What the
and this is what I have to add today.
Bro, you're better than Vincent Lombardi.
So listen, we just talked about this. We don't even know the players they want on the team.
Yeah, they ain't even know the players are gonna be here.
They ain't built the roster yet. Talk about winning a Super Bowl first year. The guy's not even in the building yet to do that.
Imagine that, bro. Imagine being an offensive coordinator you've never head coached before, and Jerry's telling you we want to win a Super Bowl this year. Listen to me. That's why I'm gonna keep it real with you. Listen, if you know West Coast, y'all know I ain't never liked Kellen Moore. But I'll tell you this, Kellen Moore is the only person that you can look at who's a brand new coach, who's never coached, that you can look at and be like, motherfucker, you gonna win a Super Bowl this year or I'm gonna fire your ass next year. He's the only person you can do it with. You wanna know why? Familiarity. He knows everything. He knows your quarterback. He knows ins and outs. You can look at Kellen Moore and be like, we want to win a Super Bowl this year. Matter of fact, Kellen Moore, we want to be the Philadelphia Eagles this year. That's what we want to be this year. We want to be the Philadelphia Eagles. We want to run the ball 67% of the time. And miss me with that bullshit about, Saquon Barkley is just a great player. Bruh, the Giants did not want him. The Cowboys did not want him. There was a bunch of teams that could have had Saquon Barkley that did not want him. The Philadelphia Eagles were just the team that was smart enough to sign him. The Giants could have re-signed him. How much better you think the Giants could have been with 2,000 yards this year?
A lot better, especially if they had that wide receiver too, and you didn't have that sorry ass quarterback. Like, listen, in a perfect world, the Giants could have signed Sam Darnold, let him walk, and they would at least got to the playoffs.
Yep.
Now he would have turned back to a pumpkin, but you never know. Maybe he don't turn back to a pumpkin if he got Saquon Barkley hand the ball off to.
Yeah, and like I said, a player like that is gonna demand a certain amount of respect. Like I promise you, that's the same Kellen Moore. That's just Kellen Moore with a dominant running back who he got to respect. There's no way.
Hey,
Listen, Philly would
go ahead.
mob the field if Kellen Moore didn't hand that ball off to Saquon, bro.
Hey,
Like
I'm gonna add
Saquon
this
was
to that
too
too.
dominant for them not to run the ball. Like
I'm,
he
I
would
don't
have
mean to
got
cut you
beat
off.
up. Go ahead. He would have got beat up though.
I'm adding
Honestly,
this
I
in.
don't think necessarily because
They had a hold on. They had a player meeting about Kellen Moore's play calling at the beginning of the season to get that shit in order. They were mad that Saquon Barkley was not getting the ball. They stopped that shit before it even got started. A couple games in, but continue.
They saved his life. Go ahead. Philly is crazy, bro. Them folks with
now listen
a
to me.
foot on the field.
Listen to me. What fans need to realize is this: winning a Super Bowl is unrealistic already. It's the hardest trophy, and it's the hardest. You have 32 teams trying to get one trophy. It's the hardest. So just there's no realistic plan to get to a Super Bowl, regardless. But what we are asking is, who can we put expectations of winning on? My question is this, man. If you hire a brand new coach who's never been a head coach before, how can you tell him you're going to expect him to win 12, 13 games in his first season? That's not realistic, bruh. Like that's where people are that's where people are missing it at. When I say, "Oh, Kellen Moore," bruh, I'm saying if you can bring 5 guys in a room and you can tell them I'm going to hire you and you have to win 12 games and get us in the playoffs and put us in position to win the Super Bowl. I promise you, every coach that you name is on another team right now. The only people who can do stuff like that are coaches who are coaching right now and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not, listen to me and think about this. Listen, the only reason why I'm even saying Kellen Moore, honestly, is because of the offensive mind. That's it. Because I do not want a defensive head coach. A defensive head coach does nothing for the Dallas Cowboys. You already have Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer is a defensive head coach, and he's your defensive coordinator. Like, that don't make no sense. You basically will have 2 defensive coordinators running, and then guess what? The only person you have to help Dak is his offensive coordinator.
Well, I'm gonna
No,
say this: you can't
we
count
need an
Mike Zimmer.
offense that's solely based around what we do best right now, and that is offense. We got to be offense.
I mean, I wasn't counting anybody that was here. I mean, unless you're gonna give him an extension to stay. But this man, like I said, this man talk about retiring. That man that
Who?
got him,
Who?
Mike Zimmer, talk about retiring.
Listen to me. Nobody on the Dallas Cowboys staff currently deserves a promotion. So nobody. Mike, nobody. Al Harris, nobody. I'm not vouching for nobody. So
Hey, I'm just saying. So I'm just saying. So like, I don't even count. I'm not counting anybody. I'm acting like we don't got any coaches. In my eyes, we ain't got a damn coach in the building. It's me and you and landlord of the coaches of the Dallas Cowboys at this point in time.
Cause we seen how quick people leave. Just like when Dan Quinn left, it was a lot of people just heading up out of here, right?
well, there's free
So
agents too, though.
it's a lot of free agents now. Yeah, it's a lot of people that's gonna be headed up out of here. And then what's so crazy? It's a crossroad for your roster and your coaching staff. So you don't even got a coach to help you get through that. Like this is really mismanagement, malpractice, however you want to say it. This was not done correctly. Hopefully it can be fixed. Like that's all I can say. Like I can't sit up here and sugarcoat it and act like we did right by this. Like this was very, very foolish to me and idiotic at the same time. Like it was a tag team of foolishness and idiotic. What it is, ignoramus or something like that. It was a tag team of that shit, and they did all this and screwed it up, y'all. Like for real. But it can be saved. It's very early. Maybe we can get a decent, competent coach in here and fix it, and live happily ever after. But we gotta see.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what we supposed to do because you got all these free agents as players, and then everybody in your coaching staff are free agents. Like Schottenheimer contract is up, Zimmer contract is up.
Another part.
I, I don't know
Another
about
part.
Al Harris. I think Al Harris' contract might be up as well. I don't know. Matter of fact, Will McClay contract is up. They even signed my boy Will McClay back.
Oh my God.
Will
He
McClay
due
contract
for a
ain't
contract this year?
yes. Like
Oh no.
Will McClay ain't got his bag to stay in Dallas. We up here
Bruh,
talking about
if
draft.
Will McClay leave, we in big trouble. If Will McClay leave, we in big trouble.
He's the only person I think is like a lock to stay, but at the same time, you cutting it a little close for me. You already sucking everything else. And listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I love Will McClay, but I ain't like none of these last two drafts like that. Your first two,
I was just about to say, man.
your first round picks in the it's a little low. I'll turn it up. But first round picks in the last two drafts, Monty Smith ain't did shit. Tyler Guyton getting whooped and getting benched. Second round picks. Who are your second round picks? Marshawn Nealon got hurt, barely played, rotation guy. Second round pick, Schoonmaker. Schoonmaker. The other third round pick is who? Overshown played 8 games in what going to be like 3 years. What are you getting out your drafts, bro? Outside of Cooper Beebe, what have you gotten out of your first 3 picks in the last 2 drafts?
And he averaged.
You got 8 games from Overshown. He was good when he's on the field. He ain't playing enough football for that to be a good pick. I'm sorry. He has not played
I
enough good
got a
football yet.
simple quote that help you understand why. Listen at the last 2 drafts you said we drafted for need on both of them. Both of them we draft for need. We reached for Tyler Guyton. We reached for Monty Smith. Those were the need drafts. When we draft best player available, it usually work out. And I'm sure that ain't the position Will McClay would like to be in, but him being at Dallas and dealing with those people, that's the position he was in, so he had to reach. And then you remember they had the war room footage of who was fighting for Monty Smith, and I don't think it was Will McClay. It was actually somebody else. So they had the war
Jerry now.
room footage of it. So, like, I can't say that that's Will McClay's fault, but I can say he had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But I remember, if I'm somebody in the chat remember this. They had the war room footage. Somebody was like standing on the table for my display, and it wasn't Will McClay.
No, you sure it wasn't Will?
I'm almost positive.
I know it wasn't Mike.
It wasn't Mike either. It might have been the defensive coordinator. Who was the defensive coordinator before? It might have been Dan
Shit.
Quinn or somebody like that. It
What
was
was the,
somebody else.
we'll run the tape on that. That I am interested to see who got the same power and all that.
I'm not saying I'm certain who it was, but I remember they did
I was too
release that
busy
footage,
trying to stay
and I don't
warm.
think it was.
Boy,
I don't
we
think
was
it was
outside.
what's it called? I don't think it was Will.
I
Brian
was
Oh,
too
Peters said
Brian
busy
it
trying
Peters
to
was.
stay
said he think
warm
it
in the
was
rain.
Will. So maybe it was Will then. Hey, that's on him. I do want to go back and see that footage now though.
Yeah, we were out. We were out there. We didn't get a chance to actually see it because we were out there with our feet on the ground, arguing with people. Listen. We stood up for Monty Smith when we drafted him because it made sense. Like he supposed to be the best one tech in the draft.
He was the strongest. That's it.
Yeah. And we stood up for that man. We had a whole argument about the motherfuckers, and they recognized West Coast like he was a celebrity. He said, "Oh shit, that's West Coast Cowboy."
Hey, Mozzie, listen to me. Mozzie still might have it, but they need to go get a vet and play. He needs some on the job training. Coaching is not good enough at the like. Listen to me. There are certain positions you can just give somebody a coach and they'll be fine. And then there are certain positions in the NFL you need to see somebody do it.
You need a big brain.
Defensive tackle, you need to see somebody do it. Center, you need to see somebody do it. Middle linebacker, you need to see somebody do it. Listen, how many rookie middle linebackers you see coming into the NFL and being studs? Not very many.
Not many.
How many defensive tackles, rookie defensive tackles, not named Aaron Donald, that are not named Aaron Donald, that come into the league and that start? Look, think about this. Osia Digazura. Everybody's now talking about, oh, we're going to be too cheap for Osa. Man, y'all didn't even know who Osa was last year, bruh.
He was playing about the same too.
Yeah, like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy what a year. Like, listen, if Micah Parsons was healthy the whole year, you might not even heard of Osa Odighizuwa, to be honest with you.
Hey, you know
He
what's crazy?
greatly took advantage of that. And guess what? That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But it took Osa Odighizuwa damn near 4 years to get to where he is right now. And that's how the defensive tackle position is. That's just how it is. Like
And I'm gonna
I'm
it's a
remembering.
oven position.
your boy Neville Gallimore had a sack and a half last night.
Man, we just can't have
In
nice
a
things.
playoff game,
I
a dog.
I remember that argument. I can't remember who it was, but that argument was between that offensive lineman Bergeron, because I think Mike McCarthy wanted him. I think it was Mike saying they wanted him, and it was another person saying that they wanted Bergeron. I think it was Mike and Will saying they wanted Bergeron, and it was somebody else saying mine. I ain't sure. I gotta remember. I gotta go back and watch that. I'm gonna watch that as soon as this show over. I gotta see who that was, who was talking like that.
Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter was supposed to be like that because Jalen Carter was a top 5 prospect in the draft, and if they didn't have all that smear on his name, he would have went higher than that. But and he also more of a pass rusher than he is like he
We
all
talking
round
about
dog.
pure stop the run defensive tackles, bruh. You do not hear about pure stop the run defensive tackles until year 3. Period, bruh.
And we're talking about that.
Unless they get sacks.
We can stick with the same team because Jordan Davis ain't really did much over there either. He was first round pick. They don't talk about Jordan Davis.
All I know is
They
that
drafted
defensive
half of
line
Georgia
playing
one year.
ball.
They drafted half of Georgia one year.
Yeah, all I know is that D
So
line playing ball from what I
listen,
see.
that it's playing ball, but
They
we just
playing
talking
ball, but think
about
about this
development.
now, 3 years later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And then think about this.
that's what defensive tackles do to you. That's why I
And think
didn't
about
want
this.
Miley at the time.
Hey, and think about this. Even in Washington's their defensive tackle, bro. They went and got a bunch of free agents. They didn't. Dan Quinn did not count. And look how smart Dan Quinn was. Dan Quinn, like, bro, this is my first year, bro. Let me go get some niggas I know. It's like when I used to take over, like I used to work for this company, and we would take over stores, right? And I'm gonna tell you, whenever I go into a store, or no, actually it was like a district because I was a regional manager. And I would always hire and bring one of my younger guys. Why? Because, bruh, they already knew my program. They already knew how I got down. They already knew everything how I rolled. So I could expect success right now.
I can
True.
understand that. And then listen, reach one, teach one. You brought somebody in that can teach the culture. How you want it done, how you expect. You already done set the expectation at that point when you got somebody in that already knows the program.
Hey, it's like Coach Prime. Coach Prime takes his staff everywhere he goes. Why? Because you don't got to tell somebody something else.
Exactly. It's
Hey, we
bigger
got to
than
talk about
you.
that before we get out of here, too.
I love to.
Yeah, I think we got to talk about who we think would be the next coach before we get out of here.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. I got my prime time shirt on, but I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with y'all. The only reason why they call Coach Prime because he was black. I'm
Man,
just y'all. Hey, listen to me, man. Y'all know how I am, man. I'm always gonna tell y'all the truth. My delivery might be a little bit bad, but listen to me. The only reason why the Dallas Cowboys is interested in Deion Sanders in what month is this? What month is this? January.
January.
The NFL season ain't even over. Think about this. That means you haven't even interviewed. You can't even interview. You haven't even interviewed the other coaches that are still playing, that are still coaching right now. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
missed the window on it.
yeah. So it's like this is 2020 Dallas Cowboys interviewing Marvin Lewis, and everybody's like, "Why are we interviewing Marvin Lewis? Because we got to interview a black dude. That's why." You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Deion Sanders does not want to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's a chance that that his son might get drafted to the Giants. Listen to me. I said this on my live today, and a lot of people understood what I meant when I said this. But I got 3 fathers on here right now, and they'll all understand when I say this. Right? As a father, you get to a point at some point in your life where somebody's mic is catching everything. I think it's landlords. Can you hear me now? All right, that's better. All right, so as a father, you get to a point in your life where you want your sons to be greater than you. You want their name to be greater than you. You want their feet to be bigger than you. You want them to run faster than you. You want them to have more money than you. You want your sons to succeed and go farther for you, right? Well, the fast and think about this, the faster, dads realize that it's about their sons and not about them, the quickly you can get to your sons being successful, right? Where you got dads like LeBron James, dads like LeVar Bell, like these dads who have actually understood that concept. And now guess what? LeBron James doesn't give a damn about the Lakers or anything. The only thing he's doing right now is to do what? To put his sons in better position. Listen to me. Deion Sanders has been doing that since Shador has been walking and playing football. He's been his coach at every level. So it's like you don't do all that to then go to the NFL and then have to coach against your son. That's not happening. To Deion, it's not. There's no money that I think you can pay Deion to ever have to suit up and have to coach against his son, especially in the professional league, where this is the arena where you wanted your entire life. You know what I'm saying? Where you wanted him to be. There's no way. If Deion can't coach his son in the NFL, he's definitely not going to coach against his son in the NFL. That's not going to happen. Say, walk and stop stepping.
And listen, I can understand that. I also saw that Colorado's going to offer this man all kind of money on the extension to try and stay. So I don't know. Like I think Deion would be a good candidate, but I don't really know who I actually do want to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys right
If
now.
Deion's your head coach, what are you asking him to win a Super Bowl, bro? He ain't even won a bowl game.
Listen, they gonna listen. It's better than asking them to bring in Jason Witten like they floating around.
At least Jason Witten won a state championship.
Man, Dion won a title at the SWAC, boy. You ain't
That's
SWAC. You ain't SWAC. Who ain't SWAC?
damn. I wonder which was harder.
Shit, I'm gonna say the SWAC, bro.
Hey, Texas 4 is 4. That's pretty hard. That's some pretty good football, bro.
It's okay. It ain't messing with 6. I'm just saying. Like there's levels to it down here in Texas, man. You did it in 4. You gonna get ran through in these bigger ones, man. I'm just saying.
My phone keep crashing out, man. So I probably need to go ahead and do mine real quick.
I
I
mean, we've
think
been
it's
on there an hour, so all good.
overheating or something. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I ain't gonna lie. Like at first, I was thinking now on Prime, but I think I can see Prime being successful. The only reason is because if Jerry, he one of them coaches that if Jerry hire him, Prime ain't gonna bow or bend the knee to Jerry. Not
Yeah, he
100%.
is.
So no, not 100%. It's gonna be certain stuff. He's still gonna have to be Prime. Like I don't see no way Prime come over here and be just Deion Sanders and just be a obedient, quiet,
But
normal dude. I don't see that.
They done assassinated him.
yeah, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, I gotta disagree with him on that because Deion Sanders did it as a player. Deion Sanders, when he came to Dallas, he was a modest dude. Like Deion Sanders, as much as everybody thinks he is not a rebel, bro. He's not like this, like come in and just be a rebel dude. Like if you played big time football, you know a lot of the stuff that Deion Sanders is doing. First off, organizations are already doing that, like the no slippers and the no white beaters and stuff like that. Bro, go to Alabama, bro. Go to Alabama and think you're gonna walk into a classroom with some slides on. Get the fuck out of here, bro. They are preparing you to be a millionaire as soon as you step on that campus and how you look and how you do it. So it's like, and then I'm gonna tell you this right here: a lot of the stuff that y'all love Deion Sanders for is not gonna happen in the NFL, bro. Like that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be having the NFL is not gonna be letting private, parties going down in the locker room when you can record that stuff for social media. They're not doing that, bruh. They're not gonna have celebrities on the sidelines at games. They're not doing that, bruh. So it's like all these things that you would do, and you got to remember in the NFL, you are now trying to entice grown ass men. Grown ass men don't really care about rappers as much. You know what I'm saying? As younger kids do. And you also got to think like a lot of the things that you're able, like everything in the NFL is scripted. When you got 15 minutes to do this, 20 minutes to do this, there isn't really time to be like in like there ain't no raising boys in the NFL. These motherfuckers are men, bruh. These are grown ass men. So it's like If I'm Deion, the only way I come to the league, and you also got to think like this: NFL coaches, they making good money, but bruh, he making stupid money in Colorado. And you don't and think about this, you don't even got to win a national championship, bruh. In the NFL, Deion Sanders is going to get 1 year to be Deion Sanders, and if he's not deep in the playoffs like everybody else, they're going to be looking at his ass like, bruh. And if you don't believe me, you better go ask Antonio Pierce. And Antonio Pierce had the white players out there with picket signs talking about, hell no, he must not go. And what did they do? They fired his black ass.
Damn.
I was just about
Yeah,
to
listen.
say,
Pierce had players out there picketing sign, wearing T-shirts, and they fired his black ass.
yeah, I just was saying, I think if just my opinion on Prime, I think it'll just be symbolic to where I
Who's
just feel
calling plays?
like,
That's what I was going to ask you. That's what I was going to ask you, landlord.
can you let
Because
me
Coach Prime
go
ain't
ahead?
calling plays.
I mean, he gonna have to have a staff, just like he got at Colorado. He gonna have to build a staff, just like every
So
other
can I ask
head
you this
coach come
question
in gonna
then?
have to do.
So can I ask you this question then? Because I think this is a question that needs to be asked then. So what is more important right now for the Dallas Cowboys? Hiring an offensive coordinator or hiring a head coach?
You can't hire one without the other.
Hey,
I'll,
we
I'll,
might.
I'll, I'll answer that one for him. You have to get the offensive coordinator that fits the philosophy of the head coach. Right? Only in Dallas. Do they come with a dude like, here? This is who we want you to play
But
with.
see, only in Dallas, they're going to be, think about this, only in Dallas, there'll probably be two different dudes too.
Hey,
So
I'm just
think about
saying,
this. You got a head coach that wants to go left. You got an offensive coordinator that goes right. Who calls the play?
man. Listen,
Because we've had that. Think about this. We've had that in Dallas. We've literally had an offensive coordinator calling plays, and then the head coach go later on in that game and be like, well, I wouldn't have called that, where, I have a whole play sheet for such and such and such. You know what I mean?
well, and listen, that is the issue though. That is dysfunction. And
That's super dysfunctional.
that's super dysfunctional. And I understand what you're getting at, but this is also why I think a lot of people are enticed by Deion. I don't think that he'll come in here and do everything he wants to do, but I do think Jerry Jones will give him more leeway than he has given other people. Because he has a relationship with Jerry Jones off the field. He knows him. He helped him win his last Super Bowl. And listen, we talked about this out the show, I think. Deion Sanders was a Cowboy for just as long as he was an Atlanta Falcon.
Facts. A lot of
Just,
people don't know that.
just as long. There is no reason, and
The
there's no
picture of
reason.
him in the Hall of Fame is a picture of him. That's a Dallas Cowboys because he didn't start wearing that big one until he was a Dallas Cowboy. So his bust is actually a picture of him as a Dallas Cowboy player.
And this is the thing. I don't understand why he's not in the Ring of Honor for one, but we're not gonna talk about that. But
Oh my God, that's freaking crazy, right?
yeah, and that's
I'm gonna
also
tell you
why
why.
I don't
Because
think he's
we
gonna
didn't
do it.
draft him.
That's one of the reasons I don't think he should. I don't. That's one thing
I
that
think if Deion Sanders would probably be the only guy that you could put in the Ring of Honor that was a non-draft. Because
Charles
I
Haley.
feel, huh?
Charles Haley.
Oh, you know what? Forget it. Nope. But listen to me. We all knew Charles Haley was going to get in there because Charles Haley was the first player that Jerry Jones was absolutely in love with. Like, he was in love with Charles Haley. Y'all think he loved Emmitt Smith? He loved Charles Haley. He loved Charles Haley. He loved Charles Haley before Charles Haley was a Dallas Cowboy. Like, Charles Haley was the essence of a guy that just beats your ass all the time that you fall in love with him. Like some damn stalker syndrome. Like,
Yeah,
it was for real. It was Stockholm syndrome with him, for real. Like, he just whooped our ass so often and so much that Jerry just fell in love with him. Was like, we got to get him. And then when Frisco didn't want to pay him, Jerry was like, we're getting him.
yeah, I think my shit on the ticking time bomb right now. But I was
A
just
lot of people
saying,
ask, oh, we get
like
Myles Garrett. No Myles
basically
Garrett.
what Hen said, I was saying the same thing basically. Like I feel like Deion to get more leeway, and I believe he can get more out of Jerry. He know how to handle Jerry. He know Jerry, and he's Deion. Like he gonna get more out of it than most people will.
But how
I
much
just feel
leeway
like.
did they give Mike McCarthy? He was coming here saying that he won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, bro.
This still ain't his dude
He
though.
ain't Deion, and he ain't nobody
I
that
don't think. Listen
he
to me. I
made
think
though. He won with. He's not the same person. It's different.
brother. But listen to me. There's no way that Jerry Jones could have more admiration for Deion Sanders than Mike McCarthy. There's no way.
Of course he can. He won you a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl in your house and made
As a
everybody talk.
player, though, as a
Yeah,
player, that has nothing
yeah,
to do with him being as a coach.
you don't listen. He would probably trust him for what he's done as a player. Like we're not going to even talk like he's just a player. He's the best at his position ever.
I
Like
believe it, but ask Michael
he's not
Jordan as a
he
coach,
not no
bruh.
normal nigga.
Michael
That,
Jordan sucked as a coach. Magic Johnson sucked
he's
as a coach. Larry
listen.
Bird sucked as a
But
coach.
but Deion doesn't suck as a coach. That's why he's in a position to get a head coaching
He
job.
don't suck, but he not. Listen, Deion Sanders. Listen to him. I'm gonna tell you like this: Deion Sanders does not suck. But if Deion Sanders was not Deion Sanders, he would not be getting these offers because there are way better coaches that should be getting offers right now. How about I'm just being honest with you. I'm not. Listen to me. I'm not even a Steve Sarkisian fan. You want to know why? Because I'm a USC fan, and his first time he ever introduced himself to some children, the motherfucker was drunk. He was drunk
Who did that?
at a youth event. Motherfucker was drunk.
Who?
So yes, Steve Sarkisian, bro, he should be getting interviewed. He
Then
a
Steve
better coach than Deion
Sarkisian
Sanders, bro.
came.
Come on now.
Then Sark came to Alabama and rejuvenated his career under
No, I'm
Saban.
gonna tell you,
And
Sark came
then,
to
yeah,
Alabama and got a Nick Saban Midas touch. Nick Saban personally saved his career, bruh.
he
Nick Saban
rejuvenated his
saved his
career
career,
at
bruh.
Alabama and got a
He did
Texas
at
job.
Alabama. He
I
did
can't get mad at him.
because y'all don't
Hey,
drink like that in Alabama, obviously.
Yes, they do.
everybody deserves a second chance, though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
hey, listen
He
to me.
deserved a
He was
second
probably the
chance.
only coach in Alabama history with a curfew.
Hell no.
They said all the players,
Lane
including,
Kiffin ass probably had a curfew. You ain't gonna tell me this
hey,
motherfucker.
Lane Kiffin went down there too, didn't he?
Hell yeah, he
Look,
did.
look, we
Hey,
had success with the
Alabama is
drunk.
rehab you. They rehab you,
We
bruh,
had
and send you
we
out.
had listen, you ain't gonna talk about my drunk coaches. We had success with them. We had
I
success
forgot you
with them.
had Lane Kiffin drunk ass too.
We might need to give the new coaches a bottle if that's the case,
For
because they
sure.
was winning.
The liquor
They was
left, the
winning.
winds left.
Oh God, listen. Hey, we might need to spike they little Gatorade or something.
Hey, we
You know
gotta
what I'm
we gotta
saying?
do this real quick. We gotta do this real quick because we gotta do this real quick. I want you to rank. Give me your top 5 college coaches right now because college. Listen to me. They're not only saying this. There's some damn good college coaches right now and I love Deion, but there's some college coaches out there like that boy at freaking Ohio State. Bro, why he ain't getting
Ryan
no
Day.
why
Listen,
he ain't getting no opportunities?
I'll tell you why. He was finna lose his job actually. Ryan Day, because he always had the better team and he's come up short until this year. They gonna love him now. He probably gonna get an extension, but they were
Yeah, but
trying
were
to
you
run.
coming up short in the natty though? Like he
They
at
weren't
least he
making
making
it.
bowls.
They weren't making it. They got into the tournament and they kept fucking. I mean, I'm sorry, they kept losing to Michigan. That is a sin in Ohio State to lose to Michigan.
Yeah, but
But
I'm just saying. Okay. Well,
you
give me your.
Hold
you
on,
asked
hold
the
on, hold
question,
on, hold on,
and
hold
I
on.
answered
Tommy,
what
wait a
where
minute,
how
wait a
it
minute,
was.
wait a minute, wait a minute. Tommy Garton, is that true? Or are you just talking?
What do you say?
Because he just said Will McClay just signed. Is
I
that
mean,
cap or
we
are
ain't
you
getting no
telling the
information
truth?
in the comment box. Landlord, give me your top 3, your top 3 or 5 college coaches right now.
I mean, probably Sark in there to
Sark is
me.
that he definitely up there.
Sark. I like Sweeney
You got
too.
the boy in Oregon.
Hell no.
Um, I like Sweeney, Dabo. That's my guy. They Bama affiliated.
What
And
about the coach in Georgia?
Kirby Smart, and probably Lane Kiffin or somebody. I mess with Lane.
I think Deion up there too.
Yeah, Deion up there too, but Deion
But
getting a lot of credit for the
Everybody
turnaround
outside,
in
yeah.
Colorado.
thank
Yeah,
you because bro, they only won 1 game the year before. That's what I'm saying.
bro.
Thank you. Speak
But
on it,
wait a
please.
minute,
Speak
Wes.
on it.
That's the truth, but it's amazing though, Wes. That's amazing.
It
Them
is, but
boys
it's like,
won
but
one
look at the
game.
schedule, bro. Come on, bro.
Hold
The
on,
best
Wes.
team they played
Time out, time out,
was
time out, time
Baylor.
out. They went from one win to a bowl in 2 years. That's
Playing
amazing.
a bunch of nobodies.
They
The
played
best
a
team
That's
they
close.
played was
amazing.
Baylor, bro. The best
That's
team they played
no
in 2 years was Baylor.
Baylor was not the best team they played. They
Who
beat
they?
some ranked
Kansas.
teams.
Kansas beat that ass.
Hold on, you finna
They
ask?
played Oregon too. They got blew out, but they played Oregon. They played who else?
Hold on. They played Oklahoma State. Played
Who was his best
yeah.
win in 2 years? Who was his best win in 2 years?
Utah, Cincinnati. Let's see. TCU, they beat TCU when they
I'm
were
gonna ask you this
ranked
question:
first game of
Would
the
do you
season.
think? Do you think Deion could get this job at Alabama with that record? No. Alabama would
No.
want more, bruh. Alabama's not hiring Deion. No, Alabama's gonna want more.
See, Deion is more risky. The only reason we got DeBoer because he had a proven track record of winning. You know what I'm saying? He was a winner. But Deion
So
don't
why
have
can't
as
we get
long as
that?
he don't have as long as a track record. But
Yeah,
Deion
but
looked
not
like
but
his
not better
ceiling
what
is
he did in the
very high.
SWAC. That's
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
but
issue.
see, that's
We're not hiring
you're hiring a ceiling instead of hiring a foundation. Why not hire like that's what I'm saying. That's why I brought up the college. Like like Alabama to get that job at Alabama, you had to have a foundation. To get a job at Georgia, you have to have a foundation of winning. To get a job in at Clemson, you got to have a foundation of winning. It's crazy because the only in the NFL where you have no foundation and have never done it, will you get an opportunity to be a head coach.
But hey, it happens like that.
I'm just saying, there are coaches in college who are way more qualified than most of the coaches in the NFL. Because Kirby Smart is a freaking smart ass. That is a good ass coach, bruh. He's been
I
successful
mean,
everywhere he's been.
But
we
we
got to
also gotta
redo our list too because Bill Belichick is the college coach, so he got to be
damn
And
getting up
he
true.
might
on
leave
now.
too, though. He might actually leave. I think he might leave. I think he's gonna leave.
And
Hey, he might
I
end
will give
up
you
being
this.
our coach.
I will give you this though, Wes. The best college coach ever, Nick Saban, did not work out in the NFL.
I know. He also went to Miami though.
I I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just throwing you a bone. Like,
But
listen,
I'm just saying those guys should get opportunities, bro. Kirby Smart should have been in the NFL, bro.
I
He should
got
have
some
been had an
pushback for
opportunity.
you though. Where Jimmy Johnson came from?
Miami.
the you,
College. He
the
came from college and
you.
came
And
straight
guess
to the
what?
NFL
And
and
think
went
about this:
crazy.
Jimmy Johnson had a foundation of winning when he came.
Barry Switzer.
Jimmy and Barry Switzer had a what? Jerry Switzer just won a national championship with a quarterback that hated him.
Matter of fact, you're right. Let's get a college coach from a winning program. You actually sold me a little bit on this shit.
Yeah. I'm just saying college coaches can come to the NFL
And
and
bro,
be a
and think
gangster
about
too
listen to
now.
me. If any coach that's coming from a winning college programs becomes the Dallas Hats, you're gonna get all those fans, bro. When Zeke came to when Dallas Cowboys, when Zeke came to the Dallas Cowboys that first season, there was more 15 Ohio State jerseys at games than anything else.
Wes, F the fans. We can get that pipeline.
Facts. I
What?
didn't think about that.
If we get one of the college coaches, F the fans we gonna get from it. We can get that pipeline.
Bro, imagine getting a
Plug
Georgia pipeline, bro. Imagine getting a Georgia pipeline, bro.
Texas pipeline,
Go
Georgia
get Kirby
pipeline,
Smart.
Bama pipeline.
Kirby Smart actually a
Where you have
great
these a
candidate
line of
though. Cause
players that want to play for you just because of what? Because of the fact that you guys were at Georgia. You guys were all at, you know what I mean? You know what our pipeline has
if
been?
you think
Boise
about it,
Boise
State.
State.
if
Boise
you if
State,
you
bruh.
if you think about it too, if you say I asked him the other day, who been dominating college football since Bama stopped? It been Georgia. Georgia. So why Kirby Smart not a candidate?
That's what I'm saying. In the NFL, they got the
Unless he
money to
don't want to
match.
go. Unless he don't want to go. Because listen,
You
Kirby
can't
Smart is
tell
like this.
Dallas no. We ain't did it. You can't tell Dallas no.
Yes, hell I can. Because
Bruh, if
listen,
Kirby Smart was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, the fan base that he would bring into it, our tickets would be ridiculous, bruh. Because you would have all those college fans who are gonna then tie themselves that are like, because bro, I'm telling you, if you went to a Cowboy game Zeke's rookie year, bro, you saw just as many Ohio State jerseys as you saw Dallas Cowboy jerseys. For sure. And you
Hey
ask me, you a
man.
Zeke fan? No, I'm not a Cowboy fan. I'm a Zeke fan. That's exactly what they
Hey,
say. I'm a Zeke fan.
I hate this man, but I'm gonna have to wrap it up though.
Hey, we got to wrap it up too.
Y'all can keep rapping. Oh,
Hey,
okay.
I think a good
Well,
video. Hey, listen to me. I think a good video that somebody need to put out, or a good meme is about these college coaches, about the Kirby Smarts, the you know what I'm saying, of the world who should be getting opportunity. Because I'm just saying, if Deion Sanders was interviewing for a Texas job, I mean even for the Texas Longhorn jobs, bro, Texas University would not be okay with Deion Sanders being hired as their head coach. Not without no foundation, because that's a team of 100 years of being able to win something, get close to something. That wouldn't be enough. The
I
Cowboys,
would love,
we'd be sold on it, but like an
I would
established
love to
fan
bring
base,
Saban in here.
50, 60 years of winning, they're not trying to hear that, bro. They're
I
not
just
trying to hear
don't
that.
think Saban want to coach no more. But I would love for Saban to come up in here. Shit.
Hey,
Saban
Nick
ain't
Saban
going
looking
for
old on them
jail.
commercials, bro. He looking old
Saban
on
ain't
them
going for
commercials, bro.
jail. He ain't going either. Like that shit. Saban
Hey,
ain't
I'm gonna
with
be
it.
honest with you, Nick Saban. If you really, really look at his temperament, I just
Lulu.
feel that like how he talks, even on the like Nick Saban makes commercials, and it feels like he's irritated to be on the commercial. Like it literally feels like he's irritated, like he doesn't want to be here, right? So I'm thinking like, there's Nick Saban. He can't be in an environment where money is where he if he gets yells at a dude, that dude could literally leave the next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you know what I'm saying, or these kids talking about they money and they diamond necklaces, bro. Nick he just it was like I think that the greatest thing that he did for his career is realize that he had just outlived his time. It was over. You know what I'm saying? This is not those coaches like Nick Saban, man. He would actually, in my opinion, I think he would lose a locker room faster than someone else because he's not budging. Nick Saban's not budging. Nick, listen to me. If you Google right now, Nick Saban makes player cry. That's my boy. I'm not gonna say his name, but that's my homeboy. That's my homeboy. I played high school ball with him. He went to USC. He got drafted 5th round to the Miami Dolphins. Nick Saban got into it with him at practice and yelled at him. This dude cried, bro. It's pictures of it too. I ain't gonna say it. My bad, my boy, but
Yikes.
it happened. You know what I'm saying? Nick not ready for
Yeah.
that, bro. He not ready
But
for that.
yeah, man, I'm gonna have to top out. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Holler at your boy Lando from Alabama with the same handle on our social media. Fellas, we gotta get back together, do this some more. We gotta
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
people some more, even in trying times right now. We gotta talk this out. We gotta figure out who this coach gonna be and figure out how we can get back to greatness, man. So y'all tap in for the win. Holler at your boy.
Indeed,
Yeah,
man.
and hey, it's your boy West Coast, man. Listen to me. I love y'all, but man, listen to me. Every time something happened in California, I promise you it's nowhere near my house. I promise you. I think about these things before I go places. Everybody, West Coast is the fire. Listen, I come on now. Do I look like a dude that would be blessed enough for his house to catch on fire and then my insurance get all the money and I get Red Cross assistance? No. The only people that get that lucky is people who are selling 20 and $30 million houses that can't sell, but then they catch on fire. I'm just saying it's a coincidence. If that happened in the hood, they would be investigated. But since it happens in rich neighborhoods, they get insurance money. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Indeed. And
That's
hey,
all I
man.
gotta say. Hey, you guys already know what it is, man. Never look
Yeah.
down, stars up, peace.
And hey, it's your boy Henny DeMoore reporting live from the liquor store. There was Cowboys Uncut. And man, we're gonna do this again soon. We might even be back tomorrow, man. But God bless America. God bless the Cowboys, and we out this mug.
Hey, God bless America and nobody